Well, hello there. Welcome to August 10th. How you guys doing? This is your daily message. Let's see where we go. I feel like I've been getting a lot of Hanged Man energy lately. And what that says to me is about turning around what you're seeing in a 360 degree way. Kind of turn around what your situation is so you can see it differently. That energy just came out right then when I did that thing with the cards, and it felt to me right away. I just saw Hangman, so I need to share with you. I don't know if that's going to come through the reading, but that's for somebody watching. Okay, narrow pathway, passion and pleasure, protected by angels. So I feel like this spiritual path, the spiritual path we're walking. Has some old rules that are still being shed. Okay, so you're walking a spiritual path. You're watching my readings. We talk about the spiritual path and how to kind of look at this is that you're, really coming home. That's the spiritual path is about coming home to the self, and that self that self that's connected. God is inside you. And there's joy, there's passion, there's protection, there's all of these things in it, but it's moving away from maybe a way of life that you have known. And it feels like you're pushing the envelope. It feels like you're out of your depth. That's what the spiritual path is supposed to feel like, or not supposed to, but that can be the feeling, especially when you're walking this path and, whoa, I feel a little weird, so I'm going to snap back into my comfort zone. So just know that it's very normal to feel that way. This is why I advocate journaling. I know. Because the road of the spiritual path is to trust yourself, to see how you're connected, that God is inside you and all of that stuff, and to be able to trust yourself. I feel like you're here because you're seeking that belief. You're seeking to believe in something. You're seeking to get the answers or guidance to something. And I'm here to share with you that you are your best guidance system. And so when you come here, if something resonates for you, writing it down and then exploring that for yourself is really the way to start trusting yourself. Okay? All right, so we talk a lot about that we do a Thursday live group. It's called Pathfinders. If you're interested in the spiritual path, we'll be talking a lot more about how to walk it very soon. Two of Swords underneath, Page of Cups, Hanged Man. Energy coming right out, right at you. High Priestess. Wow. This is, going inside, not really looking at your physical life all that much, but instead having the eyes of a child, having the ability to seek answers internally, looking at a situation from a lot of different vantage points. Okay, Lovers, Knight of Wands, Sun. All right, I'll talk about this in a second. Temperance, Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. So I feel like the person, you could be dealing with a Cancerian, Gemini, Sag, or Leo. Okay, and there's that energy in this reading. So obviously we're all in this Leo energy right now, but I feel like there might be somebody coming in here who is a particularly good teacher. There could be a spiritual soulmate on the way here. And I feel like this is someone from your past. This is in the past. I feel like there's been an effort to work on things, or there needs to be an effort to see things differently, to turn the situation upside down for yourself, to come at it from a different direction. Okay. That Sag energy. Sag energy is the energy of, what do I believe? What do I believe in? And it can be that your beliefs are making this connection not connect, okay? Or it connected at one point, but because what's being called on here is to move toward your own spiritual awakening more, to spend time in spiritual practice, to move toward joy and happiness, passion and pleasure, as a spiritual passion, as a spiritual practice. Happiness, joyfulness is a spiritual practice. A lot of times spiritual practice is about doing that which makes you uncomfortable in order to break through, in order to get through, to break through, right? It's like doing the thing that's pushing the envelope. So if you have an experience of, as a child, or being in a child-like energy around things, and that was kind of like frowned upon in your family, and you were all became like this grown up too fast, then you can be called to go back into that creative childhood energy. Some of you, the Puritan ethic of constant work, as opposed to allowing yourself some time, some downtime, some self-care. That is a path. But then you can self-sabotage yourself, okay? And you can stop moving down the path if it feels uncomfortable. And so if it feels confusing, if it feels out of sync with what you grew up with, you can really, even though you're starting to balance and question and do all of these things, this is also a card of peace within yourself. You can really start to question yourself and like, am I going in the right direction? How do I know? I'm going to turn myself around. So there may be somebody coming into your life here who might talk with you or share information through passion and pleasure. This could be a romantic partner. This could be someone who's very fun and joyful. This could be a childhood friend. It's an outside source of information that's helping you direct you back to yourself. Okay, so it is going to require effort, and sometimes when things require work, we feel like, well, it's not natural then if it requires work. If it requires effort, that means, things should always be easy, or things should always just come naturally to me. That's really not true. It's really not true. Your North Node is the thing that doesn't come easy to you. Your North Node is the purpose that you're here to seek. So I have devoted a lot of my practice to teaching that. So if you want to, we're going to do a really cool class this month about working with your North Node. It's not just enough to know it, but how do you work with that then? Okay, so that link is below. There's something here about the Seven of Cups. This is confusion, mindset, balance. Oh, I like this. Okay, Nine of Wands, Page of Swords. Okay, there's information available to you right now that's coming in. It's the pages are messengers. So things could be coming from your heart. Things could be coming through meditation. It can be that your connection to meditation is really the spiritual practice you need to get better at. And you know that when you try to institute something new, you start right, like you're excited about something, like you're gonna learn you're gonna be a runner, and so you go out the first day and you do what you can, like you're out of shape, you haven't had a running, so you run or you walk or you do what you do, and you say, I'm gonna do this for so much time, or I'm gonna do this for so much distance, and you do it, and the next day you do it again. But by day 3, it's raining outside, or it's snowing, or something shows up, this is known as the saboteur. Your saboteur. This is the pattern. I'm going to credit Carolyn Mace with this line of thinking. This is the thing to push through. Is the thing that stops you all the time. Is this saboteur. And if you can push through, these are patterns, right? Patterns. Nine of Wands, patterns. If you can see your patterns, if you can see, because look at these two blindfolded, Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords. If you can see your patterns, make them conscious, then you can balance them for yourself. Like, oh, I see, this is a thing. So anytime something happens like that you start going down a road and you stop yourself, even if it's like passion and love. There's some people who don't let themselves have fun, don't let themselves have any joy because, but that's creativity. Okay. And creativity is needed. Creative problem solving is needed. Sometimes more than executing on it. Someone needs to have the idea. Someone needs to have the blueprint. Okay. So I'm talking to someone here who has held themselves back from breaking through to the next side, breaking through on their spiritual journey to really get some guidance for yourself, really get illumined for yourself. And it's because of this saboteur energy here. And this is the card of, am I doing it right? You've heard yourself say that. I've heard you guys say that a million times. When we learn tarot in the tarot class, well, okay, this is the Temperance card now. It usually means this. But what I teach in that tarot class is like, okay, know the meanings, but instead pull back and see holistically, right? See things from another perspective. Turn things around for yourself. Ask yourself questions and push through that, ooh, am I doing it right? Push through the need to have someone else validate it for you. Okay, in our Empress Club, this is pretty common situation that people will pull cards from themselves and then put up the reading and go, what do you got? And I'm always like, well, what do you think? Doesn't that matter? Sure as hell does. It matters what you see. Okay, and I'm here channeling a message that comes through. It's not for everybody watching, but it's for somebody. And so you can do the same thing. You can channel for yourself. It's about trusting yourself. And that's what this reading is all about. It's about pushing through to that other side, to that breakthrough, to that thing that stops you. Oh, am I doing it right? What's coming through for you? And when it does, I don't have my journal here, but when it does, when it does come through, write it down. Because it may not matter right in this moment what you write down. It may matter next week or next month or next year. And you're pushing through this barrier, this boundary. Okay? And I feel like what's happening here is you're gaining the ability to have wisdom for yourself, the ability to trust your own guidance. Because I'm really hoping that when you watch my readings, I'll say a sentence or I'll say a word or I'll put a thought there, and then you run with it yourself and see what it means for you and see how that applies. So I am going to continue. I do see Libra here too. All right. I'm going to go deeper into this reading. This reading seems quite deep to me. All right. And I will look, if you are Pisces, Cancer, Gemini, Sag, Leo, Libra, if you're any of those signs or you're dealing with any of those signs, I'm going to pull some cards around that. And then at the end, I am changing up my ways here. I am going to use the Gaia deck. And that has proven to have some amazing wisdom, whether it relates to the reading or not. I will pull a few cards for you guys too in that deeper part of the reading. So if you want to continue on and go deeper with me, the link is below. If you're part of Pathfinders, stay tuned. The rest of the reading keeps going from here.